They can't take that away from me, old standard. I've been playing for a lot of years, and let me consult my list here. I tell you what would be maybe a little fun. So you may have noticed that I play with my fingers and a thumb pick on my right hand, and the reason for that is when I was about 11 years old, I heard a Duane Eddy record playing a Chet Atkins piece, and up until that time, I think I'd been playing the Flying Purple People Eater and some other tunes of that ilk, Ricky Nelson tunes and Elvis things with my neighbor, Mike, up the street. And I heard this version of Trombone, and I basically fell on the ground and took the record home and worked on it for the rest of the afternoon. And I thought it would be kind of appropriate to just play a little bit of that. And this is actually probably the reason I kept playing guitar was this recording by Duane Eddy, and who was quite a good finger picker. Yeah. So here we go. That's the reason that I kept on playing guitar from age 11, and managed to learn some jazz tunes along the way, but I never lost my love for Chet Atkins as well, and of course Jerry Reed and Merle Travis, all the great finger pickers. So let's return back to the world of jazz where the big money is. Just kidding. So here's another standard that I've been playing for years, like Someone in Love, and I think the golden age of songwriting from the 30s and 40s and the 50s. There we go. Okay, another nice old standard from the old days. You know, I used to work with a great piano player named Don Haas here in San Francisco, and he not only could play every tune in every key, he knew who it was written by. He knew if it came from a Broadway show or whatever. And I never made it to that level of knowledge. I knew, you know, the names of the songs and the chords, or the jazz chords, whatever. And that was as far as I ever got. So I was always in awe of Don Haas for knowing everything about a song. But fortunately, we have the internet now, so you can look up anything and find out, you know, who wrote what and whenever. But okay, so let's see. Let me gather. Oh, and by the way, I'll mention here at the Guitar Solo, which is a beautiful music store where I've been many times in my life. You know, usually asking for a discount on guitar strings, and but so there are some donations available tonight. I mean, to be made tonight, and you make them to Venmo, VENMO, or PayPal, PAYPAL, and the address is GSP at gspguitar.com. Okay, that's GSP, GUITAR.com. You know, when I was a kid out in the sticks in Virginia, I thought, you know, guitar was spelled GITAR, but it turns out there's a U in there before the I. Okay, let's see. So one of the standards that I learned from Chet years after it was released, but it didn't come out until years later. I guess it was a tune that got cut from a session and they saved it in the vault. You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, which is an old Cole Porter tune. And Cole Porter was one of the great composers, of course, of that era. And he wrote some pretty complicated tunes, which just goes to show you that, you know, Chet Atkins was very sophisticated in you know, recording all kinds of tunes over the years, you know, not just country tunes, but a lot of jazzy things as well. So here's a little You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, a little bit of jazz and a little bit of Chet style as well. So a little bit of Chet's arrangement of "You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To." And okay. Well, I hope everybody's doing well here in the good old US of A, and staying healthy and all that stuff. And music business slowed down pretty pretty big time back in March for a lot of us, around about that time. But there's plenty of home repair projects to keep me occupied. The water heater goes on the blink or whatever, so keeping my home repair skills up to snuff, and hoping my memory doesn't fail on the songs that I knew. Anyway, let's see. So another really pretty ballad, "My One and Only Love." I forget who wrote this. Johnny Hartman did a nice version singing with John Coltrane many years ago. But so for the guitar players, here it is in C. My One and Only Love in C. Solo gigs, you stay away from the hard keys, you know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to play an F sharp, for example. Okay. All right, let me see. Okay. Okay. So here's another example of me learning a Chet tune when I was a kid. Ain't Misbehavin' by Fats Waller and Andy Razoff wrote, and then years later playing it with jazz bands in a completely different key. But so here's I'll play a little jazz on this and a little bit of my Chet thing as well. And you know, this might be a good time to go get some popcorn and a beer, or I'm kidding. Okay, so here's Chet's version of Ain't Misbehavin' and a little bit of jazz on it as well. Misbehavin' there, my old Chet thing woven into the jazz. And Big Money in Jazz, that's one of the shortest books ever written.
Okay.
Another old standard that I've been playing for years, My Romance. Okay, another nice one. Always good to play in tune. That's what Chet Atkins told me many years ago. A little bit of my romance. Just got a sheet from our friends here, and they said, could you please play better? No, I'm actually kidding. They said move the mic out of the way. Okay, thank you guys. I couldn't do this without you. In fact, I couldn't even get in the shop because it would be locked. Okay, so let me gather my wit here and think about what to play now. Okay. One of the great guitar players in the 50s, the 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, Johnny Smith was certainly one of the greats of all time, and there was actually a Johnny Smith model Gibson guitar that he designed, and he was quite a great jazz guitar player. So one of his many recordings, he played Moonlight in Vermont, so I think I may have learned that tune by him off of his record, which was, as I recall, was in D. So I'm going to just play it in C, because whatever, I mean, it's a better key for it for me. So here's Moonlight in Vermont, an old standard. Okay, here we go. So there we are, a little moonlight in Vermont, and I guess I forgot what I said because I started in C and then I went to D. So there you go. You can't tell what a jazz guitar player is going to do at any second. So let's see. I will apply a little Loctite to the threads of the microphone here. That's what you guys meant, like move it up? Yes. Oh, just move it, swing it up. Okay. All right. All right. So I'll take this moment to remind everyone, both people out there listening, donations can be made to Venmo or PayPal, or to the Jim Nichols Community College Fund also, because might go back and get my degree in auto mechanics or something if the guitar doesn't work out for me. And you can make the donations to GSP at gspguitar.com. There we go. Okay. All right, let me consult my list here. And, okay, all right. So I think I'll play, there's another old standard. I mean, all the standards are old. Why do I say that every time? Back Home Again in Indiana, that I'm not sure who wrote that. Was it Hoagie Carmichael or not? But this was back when most songs had verses that were kind of unrelated to the actual song. Songwriting changed later. So here's a little Back Home Again in Indiana, which I learned from a Chet record and then ended up playing it in various jazz bands. It was a big Dixieland tune as well. Okay. survived that one just barely. Back home again in Indiana. And so let's see. Hope you guys are having as good a time as I'm having right now with my buddies down here at Guitar Solo in San Francisco. Right across the street is the Giants ballpark, ball thing. So if there's a game tonight, I could leave here and go watch the tail end of the game. So I don't think there's a game tonight. But anyway, all right, let me consult my song list here and. So years ago, Chet and Lenny Bro recorded Polka Dots and Moonbeams, and that's probably where I first learned it. Used to play it in jazz clubs as well, so this reminds me of the good old days when Chet and Lenny were playing together. Okay, I'll wait for the thunderous ovation to die down. And so a little polka dots and moonbeams, another nice standard from the old days. You know, it's pretty amazing to. I mean, you can have like 10,000 songs in your head, but if you don't write a song list down, you actually can't think of anything when you actually need it. You know, it's typical jam session. What do you want to play? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to play? You know, the two guys might know 20,000 tunes together and they can't think of one thing. You know, so I'll consult my list now. Okay, so here's an old tune called "In a Mellow Tone." It goes way back. I'm not sure who wrote this. I should do some more research and come up with the writers, but you guys can look it up if you're curious who wrote "In a Mellow Tone." And I hope this is in a mellow tone and not a harsh tone. Okay. Okay, that was in a mellow tone, another old tune, and I was trying to sound like more than one guy, and maybe I succeeded at parts of that tune. Normally you'd do that with a bass player and a drummer, but you know how much they cost these days, so. No, I'm kidding. Actually, these are all solo guitar, hence the name of the store, Guitar Solo. I'll take this last opportunity here to remind you that Venmo and PayPal are the available donation sites. That's GSP at GSPguitar, GUITAR.com. And hey, it's been fun playing for everybody. I guess we're getting close to the end of my audition here. I guess if I did well, Dean might have me back to you know, do something another time. But let's see. Okay. Oh, I see. I'm actually slightly over time. That doesn't usually happen. So I'll finish up one last tune, and everybody can get back to normal life. It's been great playing for whoever's out there in the great unknown of the digital world. But I hope some of my friends are watching, and everybody be careful, be safe and everything, and the world will survive. We'll all get back to normal again at some point in the future, and just be able to go to the store whenever we want, and life will be normal again. But it's great to get to play here. And hello to all my guitar buddies out there, wherever you might be. And thank you, Dean and Sung, both for Sung Lee and Dean Kamei here at the Guitar Solo. So I'll play one last tune and say goodnight to everybody. Okay, thanks a lot. Here, I'll figure out something. I figured it out. Gotta think quick when you don't have a band. So Eddie Arnold had a big hit with Anytime years ago, and I know Chet liked that tune as well, so here it is. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Peter Hendrickson, for my little bud amp also. Okay, good night, everybody. Thank you.